Hello everyone, this is Ekascloud online course lesson 11 and my name is Peter Venko. Today I'd like to talk about cloud storage. What is a cloud storage in Azure service? Cloud storage is a service model in which data is maintained and backed up remotely, made available to users over the network. I'm pretty sure you already used one of them, either OneDrive or Dropbox or G Drive. So these services are considered to be cloud storages. Well, if we compare our traditional storage, what we have on our computer, and the cloud storage, then it happens that sometimes on our traditional storage 50-60% is not used, or even worse, 95% data is used only for archive. And not to mention that if you have a traditional storage, then usually the backup is almost neglected, or if it's not neglected, then it takes a lot of time to make your own backup. 50% of organizations need they're asking to reduce backup time, and even if they have a backup, it might happen some physical damage, scratch of the hardware device or anything like that, and restore the data is a serious and critical task. Unlike cloud storage, we are paying for storage what we're really using, unless it's no upfront pay. The data reduction techniques are available for archivation, which makes the backup also really convenient, and we can even set up an automatic backup. And virtual storage, it allows you to do so many different operations. So definitely cloud storage brings a lot of advantage. On the next slide, I'd like to mention there are three types of storage tiers. One is basically the hot, when we basically are using the data, the same data, almost all the time. Obviously, then to store this data, the cloud storage, they will charge more, and the access for this is going to be less, so the storage cost is higher, access cost is lower. Then the other tier is the cool tier, which is less frequent, therefore the storage cost will be medium, and the access will be a little bit higher. While if we are using the cloud storage to archive data, then the storage cost will be low, but if we decide to need get access to those data, then the access will be quite costly, I would say very high. So this is what we need to keep in our mind when we are designing our cloud storage. There are three very important terms what we need to understand. One is the standard storage, which is based on our good old HDD hard disk drive. This sort of a way of storing the data is now considered to be outdated, and therefore the cost is low, performance is also poor. So this is the HDD. Instead, nowadays we are using a solid state drive, which is like sort of like a chip-based drive, and that allows us high performance, but we have to pay, so the cost is high as well. And the third term, what is really important when we are designing our storage, is to see the number of operations, the input-output operations per sec. This one gives you also a good understanding between differences of the storages what are there available out. So these are the theoretical part, and then I like to show you how to add storage to already create a storage account on my virtual machine. Now I switch to Azure portal, and here you can see my virtual machine already created. When you click on a virtual machine, the disk was automatically added. So here is a SSD disk with 127 gigabyte, and let's say I'm not really happy with the size. Actually, I like to add a little more to store my data. Then what I'm doing is now I'm going to click on this disk, and I go to size and performance, and then here you can see the list of storage what we are having available. Right, here is this input-output operation per sec, and the tiers are also put in different categories. So what I'd like to do is, actually I want to extend the size of my disk, which is 127 right now. It used this one, 128. Basically, if it counted from 0, then it's 127. And so this is the size what is available, and if I like to add or extend a more like custom size, make the size more custom, then I will basically add a number. So let's say I like to add 8 gigabyte, right? So 127 plus 8 is 135, right? Now I want this disk 135, and I will choose the performance is default, and I like to resize. I like to resize my disk. Why is it not working? Again, let me just discard this, and again, let me try again. 135. Okay. One 27, 131. try it from the very beginning. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I have to stop the virtual machine. Okay, still working. We have to stop the virtual machine, and then we can extend the disk size. Notification. Virtual machine is still running. If it's still running, then we can't do anything. Okay, virtual machine has stopped. Now I go to my disk again, size and performance. I want 135 and I want the default, and then now the resize button is active, and I say updating my disk. Okay, the disk is updated. Now what I'm doing next is go to my virtual machine, start my virtual machine, and then I will get an IP address to log on. Okay, virtual machine is running. Copy the IP address. Connect. Okay. Now go here to my file. Go to my files. And we'll see. Soon we'll see. The best would be if we just go here. And say disk disk mg empty msc. Oh my god, mg empty msc. There you go, this is what I'm looking for. And you see now there is 8 GB unallocated disk. So what I'm going to do is I like to extend that disk. So not new simple new simple volume, yeah, new simple volume, and we will this is going to be a new simple volume, going to be a separate partition. But if I want to do this extend volume, then basically I'm going to extend my current, you see, 135 gigabyte. So this is what I wanted. This is how I extended my disk. So this was the part 1, and then in the part 2 I show you how to do backup. See you soon.